For today's lesson, we are going to look at SOL A5 AC, which is multi-step inequalities. All right, so for SOL A.5a, the student will solve multi-step linear inequalities in one variable algebraically and represent the solution graphically. All right, here are some essential questions. How is solving multi-step linear inequalities the same as solving multi-step linear equations? How is it different? Why is it important to represent the solution to a multi-step linear equation on a number line? What does the solution of a linear inequality represent? And how can using a graphic utility help you to understand solving and representing inequalities? So the I can statement, I can solve multi-step linear inequalities in one variable algebraically. I can represent the solution to multi-step inequalities graphically. So by the end of this lesson, this is what you will be able to do. All right, so some key things or important rules that I want to point out first is that you must flip the inequality sign when you multiply or divide by a negative number. So with that, looking here, that's one of the main differences between solving equations and solving inequalities is the fact of with solving inequalities, of course, you have the four inequality symbols, whereas with equations, you have the equal sign. But also with inequalities, if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip the inequality sign. And we're going to take a look at that next, well, after we talk about the solutions. So when we talk about solutions to equations, we normally get solutions like x is equal to 1, or we have no solution where 5 is equal to 3, or we have infinite solutions where x is equal to x. With inequalities, there's not just one solution, there's a solution set. So the solution to an inequality, the value of this value or set of values that can be substituted to make the inequality true. So looking here at this one-step inequality, it says select all numerical values that make the inequality true. We did a warm-up way at the beginning of the year that went through this. So if we plug in 4 for A, we get 4 minus 8, which is negative 4, is less than negative 12. Is that a true statement? It is not a true statement because negative 4 is not less than negative 12. How about negative 3? We have negative 11 is less than negative 12. Well, that's also not a true statement. Let's look at negative 7. All right, so we have negative 15 is less than negative 12, which that is a true statement. Because remember, the closer a number is to 0 on the number line, especially on the negative side, the greater the value it is. So negative 12 is closer to 0 than negative 15. All right, let's try negative 5. So I have negative 5 minus 8 is less than negative 12. I have negative 13 is less than negative 12. That is also a true statement because, again, negative 12 is closer to 0 on the number line. We have 0 minus 8 is less than negative 12. So that's negative 8 is less than negative 12. So that is not a true statement. And then we have negative 4 minus 8 less than negative 12. We get negative 12 is less than negative 12, which is also not a true statement. All right. Now we're going to look at why we have to flip the inequality sign when we multiply or divide by a negative number. All right. So looking here, we're doing a little investigation. So they give us our first inequality of 1 is less than 4. Now it asks us, is that true? Is it a true statement that 1 is less than 4? Absolutely. Now we're going to add 3 to both sides. So 1 plus 3 is 4, and 3 plus 4 is 7. Now we're looking to see, is that true? Is 4 less than 7? That is true. All right. We have negative 4 less than 6. Negative 4 is definitely less than 6. We're going to subtract 3 from both sides. So negative 4 minus 3 gives me a negative 7. And then I have 6 minus 3, which gives me 3. Is negative 7 less than 3? Absolutely. So that is true. All right, so we have -1 is less than 5, which is also true. We're going to multiply both sides by 2. So we have -2 is less than 10, which is a true statement. All right, now we have -3 is less than 3. Is that a true statement? It is true. Now we're going to multiply both sides by -2. -3 times -2 gives me a 6. 3 times -2 gives me a -6. Is 6 less than -6? That is false. All right. Now we have -2 is less than 10. That is a true statement. Now we're going to divide both sides by 2. So we get -1 is less than 5, which is a true statement. Now we're going to multiply. All right. So let's look here. We have 2 is less than 8, which is a true statement. Multiply both sides by -2. We have -4 is less than -16. That is not a true statement. That is false because, again, the closer a number is to 0 on the negative side, the bigger the number is. All right. So now I want you to take a second to look at those reflection questions at the bottom of your notes in regards to investigating inequalities and flipping the inequality sign. So take a second to answer those questions. All right, so coming back together to review, looking here, it asked which actions caused the inequality to become false. So if we look here, we see that here, when we multiply both sides by -2, initially our inequality was true, but after multiplying both sides by -2, it made our inequality false. Also here, dividing by that -2. So again, it could have been -2, it could have been -4, it could have been -16. It's a negative number. We can see that it also caused our inequality to be false. What can we do to fix it and make the inequality true? We can flip the sign. So simply looking here, I can flip this sign to 6 is greater than -6, which makes it true. I can flip this sign here that says -4 is greater than -16, which would make it true. So that is why when we multiply or divide by a negative number, we have to flip the inequality sign. All right. So again, as previously mentioned, solving inequalities, multi-step inequalities, very similar to solving multi-step equations. The only difference is, of course, we have our 4 inequality symbols, and we must flip the sign if we multiply or divide by a negative number. So again, the first step, distribute, combine like terms, move the variable to one side, solve, but we have that additional step of step 5 to remember to flip the inequality sign if you multiply or divide by a negative number. So let's go ahead and look at a couple examples, starting off with a simple one-step inequality. All right, we have x minus 3 is less than 0. Using inverse operations, we're going to add 3 to both sides, and we have x is less than 3. All right, so something real fast, going over to do the number line. Remember, when we have a open circle, we have strictly less than or strictly greater than. Closed circle, we have less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. All right, so remember, when you have an open circle, it is not included in the solution. When you have a closed circle, it is included in the solution. So we can see that we have x is less than 3. So I'm going to put an open circle at 3. And I want values that are less than 3. So I'm going to go this way on my number line. All right, so is 3 a part of this solution? Let's just check it. So if we plug in 3, we have 0 is less than 0, which is not a true statement. So 3 is not a part of the solution. All right, next we have 4 minus x is greater than or equal to 2 plus x. So again, I'm going to move my variable to one side. Just like with the equations, it does not matter which side you move it to. So I get 4 minus 2x is greater than or equal to 2. I'm going to subtract 4 on both sides. I get -2x is greater than or equal to -2. Divide both sides by -2. I'm going to draw this arrow over here. And I get x is less than or equal to 1. And why is that? I flip my inequality sign around because I divided by a -2. So since this is less than or equal to, I'm going to have a closed circle at 1, and I want values that are less than or equal to 1. So I'm going to shade to the left, and we can see that 1 is a part of the solution because the inequality says x is less than or equal to 1. So it can be equal to 1. All right. Looking at number 3, we have -4x is greater than 15 plus x. So again, following our rules, we're going to move our x value to one side of the inequality sign. So I get -5x is greater than 15. Divide both sides by -5. And I get x is greater than, made a mistake there. It's going to be x is less than -3 because we divided by a negative number. All right, so I have -3, which I'm going to have an open circle, and I want those values that are less than. All right, now we're going to look at the last one, number 4. So the first thing we're going to do is distribute. So I have 6x minus 10 is less than 4x plus 6. I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. So I get 2x minus 10 is less than or equal to 6. Add 10 to both sides, and I have 2x is less than or equal to 16. Divide both sides by 2, and I get x is less than 8. So going to have a closed circle at 8, and I want those values that are less than 8. For these examples, all of them were showing less than or where you shade to the left. That's not going to be the case all the time. There will also be times where you have to shade to the right. But these examples just showed shading to the left. All right, so now I want you to complete at the bottom of your notes page questions 5 through 9. 3 of them go over solving inequalities. 2 of them go over the solution. All right, once you are finished with those questions, if you would have me check them, and then you will work on your exit ticket. But before ending this video, I want you to summarize what you've learned from today's lesson.